working.
Deep out the corner store,
We out here working.
trying to do the impossible.
We out here working.
Chasing that pot of gold,
We out here working.
never gonna sell my soul.
Mama always told me I was gonna be amazing. Daddy left for niggas, so the streets was that a race. Been out here working.
Drinking that pain away,
We out here working.
trying to stack up for rainy days.
Gasoline wrap with the vacuum seals. Moving weight, we got package deals. Break it down, that's a half a pill. So much money, what about a bill? Independent, what about a deal? We doing good, what about a bill?
Ladies and gentlemen, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and yes, I'm back with another video. I haven't done one of these. Well, I'm here with little bro Neff, Nithal, the Halo Grandmaster. What's up with you, there, fella?
Hey, nothing much, man. Just ready to talk about this potentially breaking news right here.
Okay, like I said, we're gonna talk about it now. Listen, who was my man Nadala? Who was he being interviewed by somebody? Was it him that said they're not done with Aquires Studios, or was that?
In fact, it is him. Now, I'm not sure who he interviewed, but he did that. He said that recently, about 9 days ago.
Okay, yeah. So, well, first of all, so if you're new to my channel, hit the like and subscribe. And I mean, for those of you that have been rocking out on my channel, you know me. I'm not one to go around making up stuff. That ain't my claim to fame. But this is one of the things we were talking about, how you say, off the air for a while. Microsoft was looking to acquire Bungie. Well, looking to buy them again. You know, they said the rumors had they fell out. They couldn't agree on a price. They may have overpriced themselves. If I'm not mistaken, their deal is up with who? With Activision.
Correct. So that ended in 2019, I believe, their 10-year contract, and they got right out of there. They could not wait to get out.
And I was crazy to say that because they left Microsoft because basically Microsoft just had them on the Halo treadmill. I mean, and they wanted to create other IPs, and Destiny being one of those IPs. And there's no negating that or reading that Destiny has been one of the larger multi-plat this generation, or the most successful one of the one, successful this generation. Destiny was huge. Destiny 1, then Destiny 2, and even the way they handled it with content. Kudos to them. Each time they learned about what you call it, with the DLC, they launched it like it was a new game, and they had these amazing trailers. Awesome, you know what I mean? Hence, you have Halo Infinite, one thing to keep adding to it, but that's another story for another day. So, hello, me get there. And this is more your alley. I'm sharing my screen here. So, what's going on now, Neff? Talk to me. I mean, share my screen.
So, basically this all started the public rumors. How about that? Because you've been knowing about this for a while, whether people want to believe it or not. But the public rumors started when it was Jeff Grubb hopped on a podcast by Gamerbeats, I believe. And he said in one of his segments that Microsoft and Bungie have been talking, possible acquisitions. He more or less meant it was service level, but people caught on to that, and it started blowing up on Twitter. Microsoft is looking to acquire Bungie. And granted, this rumors has been in the background for a while. I think a few years ago, 2015, you started hearing, like, Richard Vutek said, like, a little birdie told him, or no, it was actually Shinobi. A little birdie told him Microsoft wants Bungie back. Yeah. So this kind of has been building up for a while. Anyways, so that happened. The CEO of Bungie came right on Twitter, replied to the thread that was blowing up and said, this is false. He stopped the rumor right there. And this was only about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And you're thinking like, wow. So the CEO of Bungie outright denied it. It's over, right? Now that's what you would assume. But I think what you would agree, Z, being in the industry, or I can't say in the industry, but following the industry for a while now, when a CEO comes out and denies that immediately, there may be something to it, right? Yeah. Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
so
something's going on.
He went out there and denied it, and we basically dropped the rumor. He says, hopefully it can happen one day, maybe surface level talks. Either way, they want to calm down their shareholders, and they don't want to ruin the potential surprise. Like if Microsoft announced, we bought Bungie, that's going to be a megaton announcement, believe it. Anyways, so Xbox Era right here, maybe another Windows Central type website, but hear me out. They have some interesting evidence where one of their community members has found a reoccurring thing in studio acquisitions, and now it's happening at Bungie. Okay. So before a studio in the United States gets acquired, basically they're going to have to go through this thing called an addition of officer corporation service company agent. It's like an agent that comes in, make sure the company's acquired, make sure the terms of agreements are reached, and so on. Basically, it's like that third party, the medium, right? Because there's always big mediums between these. Yeah. So what's interesting is before these studios are acquired, such as an Undead Lab, such as an Obsidian, you see this addition come shortly before the purchase. Undead Labs, this happened in 2018. Obsidian, it happened in 2019. And Exile happened in 2019 as well. In fact, even Insomniac Games, who Sony purchased, it happened in 2020. Interesting, right? Now, ZeniMax, apparently this happened back for 2018 for them. So, with a really big purchase like that, of course, talks happened for a while. But now in 2020, on, I think that's June 12th, sorry, Bungie just got the addition of Officer Corporation Service Company Agent. So that is a sign that Bungie may be somebody.
Well, I guess we can talk about the big players, or whatever, right? So I would think who may be in the running with something like that is EA. They're getting away from Activision for whatever reason. I guess they had them on the Destiny treadmill. But I see an EA. What about a Take-Two? What about a
Might
Sony?
be Take-Two. Might be. That's what I'm thinking. Sony, I'm not going to lie, it'd be a great purchase by Sony. It's going to hurt me as an Xbox fan, but it is a move that I think Sony would be wise to make, because Bungie is that studio that could really, get things done, really help their multiplayer train, because that's what they're very much interested in. They've confirmed that multiple times. You'll see more multiplayer games, and that's what Bungie's known for. It's very, very possible.
Well, I like it. It would not even so much multiplayer. It would give Sony a shooter,
and games as a service, which they need.
A shooter. You know what I mean? This is what they do. You know what I mean? So you say Sony. Now listen. Now you said no, not. But anyway, whatever. Like they were, I said, quote unquote, overpricing them. They hot off Halo. They go from Halo to Smash. What was the last one they did? Was Halo 4 or Halo 3? What's the last one? Or Reach? What was the
last one they did was Halo Reach.
Okay. Halo Reach, and they go straight into Destiny. Destiny takes off like
a firecracker.
Yeah, pretty much, right? So again, they're still highly touted on both sides, on both platforms. Shit, Stadia everywhere. Destiny's every goddamn way, right? So I don't know what the asking price would be for them. I said, man, they're worth at least $1 billion. I think you said, what you say, 300 million?
I think 300 to 500 million, like maybe $500 million. But I mean, to be honest, I don't even care what price they would ask for. I just want them to be acquired by Microsoft. Because frankly, let's be honest, Microsoft needs Bungie. They need them.
And so, shits and giggles. If Microsoft were you were Microsoft, if you wasn't $1, and you were to, and Bungie was acquired, what would you have them working on right away? Or
yeah, so this is where I'm going to probably differ on a lot of people. People will see Bungie, they're like, oh, get rid of 343. Close the studio, have them go back to Halo. I think that'd be a huge mistake. Absolutely huge mistake. In fact, that would lead Bungie to probably try to leave Microsoft again anyways. So what I'm thinking is, and this could solve both issues. One, they let Bungie be more independent. They let them make the IPs they want to, because Bungie's already crafting a third IP. That could be a $3 billion hit for all we know. So let Bungie work on that. And in the case of Halo, to solve that real quick, all you really need to do is get rid of the leadership at 343, bring in some of those Bungie bigwigs to take over, and problem solved. 2 birds, 1 stone. That's all they need to do.
Okay, whatever reason, my mic went out, my headphone went out. You said having oversee Halo, you said?
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, take the leadership team at 343, more or less axe them, and get some of the Bungie leadership, just transfer some of those big wig employees over to 343 Industries, and then there you go, you solve it. 343 still exists, just under more Bungie leadership, more Bungie veterans. And I think that'll solve both problems.
Okay, here's the thing. Not to make it too long with it. You are a Halo player. That Halo, you're the premier Halo channel of the YouTube industry right now, right?
Absolutely.
What's different between when Bungie left and what 343 is doing? I'm not really a big Halo guy. I think Halo is Halo, but you know more in depth than me.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people blame like, oh, 343 sucks, 343 is this and that. But even you, who's not into Halo, you said like, look, 343 has a lot of people from Bungie. Let's be honest, and I don't think it's really a talent issue at 343. I really don't. What I think is the leadership at 343 is just complete garbage. I think the person in charge at 343, I don't know if it's Bonnie Ross, I don't know if it's Frank O'Connor. They're not it. They're not getting the job done, and it's evident. Even look at Halo Infinite. I'm looking forward to the game, but goddamn, that presentation was not it. Anyways, so I think what Microsoft was going to have to do is find who's not quite right for the leadership position. They're going to have to get rid of that person or team, and they're going to have to take the leadership at Bungie, because I think that's what Bungie's always excelled at. They have great leadership. Even on a 3-year time lapse, they're going to get a project out, and they're going to have them take over the reins at 343 Industries. It is what it is.
Okay. Well. Okay. So you have them come in. All right. Do what they. I guess you know. What do you call it? Halo Infinite. We had the disaster as in Craig. Would you have Destiny go right into what do you call it? I'm sorry, Bungie into Destiny 3, or would you have them do something new?
One, I would just try to keep Destiny 2 alive as much as possible and go
DLC?
straight into a new IP.
Okay.
I think you just keep updating Destiny with DLC and so on. Maybe you make Destiny 3, but I think you should start way on a new IP, honestly.
Well, I don't know. So okay, I guess when we get the hell up out of here. If you think, I guess, is Microsoft having any more shows in between now and the console?
You see, that's what's unclear. So Tim Dog says they're not quite done yet. And honestly, with that Megaton announcement, you think Microsoft would want a show. In fact, I'm surprised they just tweeted that out there, right? I hope they got a show. I hope they focus on Series X gameplay. But at this point, we're close to the end of the year. It's October, November is the holiday time. Microsoft might just wait until next year. They really might.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, hey, someone's buying them. Like that, someone's buying them. Whether it be Sony, Microsoft, EA. I'm trying to think who else in. Well, you would say what's that? ZeniMax. They're gone. Microsoft owns them since they're gone.
Yep.
You have Take-Two. That's another big player. Big publisher. Well, they're leaving Active. They're leaving Blizzard. They're leaving Activision. So that takes them off the table. Ubisoft, no, I don't really think they're big enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're a successful studio, but you know, a lot of different people own little parts. I know EA owns a portion of Ubisoft also. You know, or Epic, or what's them people that Epic's buying up everything. What's the goddamn company name? Tencent. Tencent.
That is Tencent, but I don't know. I feel like there might be forces to try to stop that, but that's very possible. Tencent, in fact, has been investing into Bungie, so it is possible.
You got Tencent, yeah, you got that. You got Amazon. They're launching their gaming thing. You got, of course, Google. I don't know how well that would go, but you know what I mean? But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If they were to be acquired by Microsoft or Sony, you know what I mean? Would you see them work on a new IP? Go into Destiny 3? Would you have Destiny if Microsoft were to buy? Have him coming in? I guess just my man Craig. Give Craig a facelift. You know what I mean? What engine does What engine does Destiny use?
So basically, back when Bungie was with Microsoft, they made the engine for Halo Reach, and they've been using that same engine ever since.
And what does Halo 5 use?
Halo 5 uses a version of that engine. They actually use the same engine all the way back from Halo Combat Evolved, believe it or not. But now they made the brand new Slip Space engine, and Halo Infinite is, that's what displayed it, I guess.
Okay. Would you have them? Would you rather them, if Microsoft were to buy them, would you rather them use the Destiny engine for Halo, or?
No, the Destiny engine needs to go. I don't think Bungie can afford to make a new engine. I think that's a real issue. So when Bungie gets back, let them create whatever engine they want. Let them create their own engine, whatever.
All right. Well, this is your boy Next 720. Nev, where they can find you at, Nev?
They can find me, at my channel Neathles. Same for my Twitter handle and so on.
I'll leave all the links down below. Pinned in the first comment. We out of here. Show tomorrow. Be back with a show tomorrow. We got some interesting stuff to talk about tomorrow, too. It's going to be a good show tomorrow.